Hi, I'm Vanita, just representing a wealth management company called C Profit. And we are going to talk to a very important or very interesting guest, I would say, Mr. Mahavir Chopra. And he is a veteran chartered accountant. And he has got more than 18 years plus kind of an experience in the digital insurance. And prior to this, he was a CBO to just CoverFox. And now he is just heading a company called Beshak. And Beshak is just trying to build an independent community platform. And by coordinating along with customers as well as with the insurance experts. And in the meanwhile, it is also trying to just bring some research and tools which could benefit the end customers.
Right.
And with this, I would like to just begin the session, Mr. Mahavir Chopra.
Sure.
Very nice to have you here.
Yeah, glad I'm here.
So we are going to ask some questions which could benefit our COP members.
Sure.
Because today we are just celebrating the 12th COP retreat.
Right.
And I'm glad to have you here.
Yeah,
and
it's a pleasure.
It's a digital world. Very nice to have digital insurance platforms emerging up,
Right.
which gives a lot of opportunities to the advisors
Absolutely.
and getting the quality leads as well. And your platform probably just it covers more than 25,000 plus kind of users.
Right.
And it also boasts of generating more than 36,000 plus kind of reports.
Right.
And coordinating with 75 plus kind of agents. Maybe just insurance advisors, I would say.
Yeah.
So when you say you are unbiased,
Right.
and you say you don't have any insurance agency as well,
Right.
where does your revenue come from then?
Right. So the way we wanted to...
I'm sorry to ask this.
No, it's absolutely fine. No, this is a question that actually gives tremendous clarity, right? Meaning I think that if you don't ask these pointed questions about how money is being made, then there will always be doubt, right? So it's
Right.
very important that people know this. And if you see our homepage, I have personally shot a video on our homepage where I talk about how Beshak makes money. Right. So it's very important for people to understand. So how we built this platform is that we wanted to create a win-win situation, right? On the customer side, customers wanted credible advisors. They wanted research, which is basically backed by scientific studies, and they wanted it on a platform so that basically there is some amount of protocol and discipline that is managed. So that is what we built, right? A customer gets to connect to an insurance expert, right, whom we curate and we impanel them on a platform. And they use our research to basically guide customers to the right plan, the right sum insured, the right riders and everything, right? So that is the ecosystem that we have created. How we make money is basically that we have a membership fee for advisors to basically come on our platform, which is very, very nominal. The larger amount of revenue that we make is basically based on the platform infrastructure that we have built. We charge the insurance advisors based on the number of leads that they get, the number of transactions they do. We basically have a method of basically charging the advisor.
Okay.
So the win-win situation that we create is that customer usually is what we see on a mass level does not want to pay fee for advice, meaning that is what we see. On a mass level, there are obviously those senior HNI customers who would want to pay a fee, but at mass level, customer does not want to pay a fee. So we wanted to, but wants unbiased advice, but wants a credible advisor also. So this is a win-win situation that we have created is a customer basically gets unbiased advice through our research, talks to a credible advisor who will execute the transaction properly, right? Ensure that claims are also taken care of. At the same time, the advisor also basically gets to talk to serious customers,
they'll also end up getting some quality leads,
which is obviously a problem today, right? Meaning after you have completed your own circle of customers that you have and you have a network. Today, like on an average basis, what I know is that a typical advisor or an expert would typically get 2 to 3 leads on their own in a month, right? We are able to empower them to get 2 to 3 meetings a day, right?
Okay.
So that is the level of scalability that an advisor gets through our platform.
Yeah. Again, actually, just that's what when you say just you are unbiased.
Right.
Again, you just connect with insurance advisors.
Correct.
By and large, most of these advisors, they would have taken a select agency.
Right.
So how can you just ensure that they are also unbiased?
Sure. So what we've done is that we've essentially decoupled advice from advisor. Right. What we have done is that we've said that the advice, which is the underlying what product you should buy, what sum insured you should buy, which riders you should choose, how you should customize, that comes from technology and research that we have built. Right. The advisor uses this technology and the research to guide the customer. They cannot go out of the protocol of our research and technology to advise the customer without our consent. So if let's say an advisor is talking to a customer, they cannot just start advising products without generating a report on our platform. So a customer comes in, the advisor will ask questions, generate a report online, and that report will basically say what kind of plans they should choose, what kind of sum insured they should choose, and then the conversation starts from there.
Again, there will be a controversial thing in the sense, right? X-agent may have an agency only with Y company.
Right.
Whereas your report may be just giving them to just get into maybe a Z product.
Right.
Then how will it benefit the advisor who would eventually just pay the platform a fee?
Correct.
As well as who would have spent some time in advising the client.
Right. So typically what's happening today is that every advisor can have one health insurance company and one general insurance company.
Right.
That is one. The second is that we've been able to create like a very good community ecosystem where advisors basically, when they realize that they have the recommendation that is coming up is not matching with what the advisor can supply.
Right.
They are very happy to basically move that lead to some other advisor because they know that it will revolve and come back to them also.
They could also always just act as a sub-agent to some of the platforms as well.
Right, that is one.
Right?
So, and the other is basically because it's a win-win situation and the advisor has spent some time obviously with the customer, but the customer is talking about a product that they want which is not what the advisor can provide. Then we are very happy to see this happening in real live action. The advisor is absolutely fine to share that lead with some other advisor in our community.
Okay.
Right. So that's something that we have seen happening, and it reverse also happens. Right. Sometimes that advisor is not able to serve; they are basically passing on the lead back to us, and we then put it across to the right advisor.
Yeah,
so
this prompts me to just develop one more question.
Sure.
In the sense, right, you do have Beshak rating in your portal.
Correct.
In the similar way, do you also have the rating for these advisors?
Yes, absolutely. So advisors are rated on their experience, which is basically through multiple algorithms that we have built. So the communication that happens between the advisor and the customer happens on our platform. So they use video calls, and those video calls are also transcribed. So we have a lot of data that comes from there. Plus we take a feedback from customers, right? Every time there is an interaction, we take feedback from customers. That is the second thing that we look at. The third is outcome, right? Meaning which basically finally customers want successful outcome, which is what they want to buy a policy, right? That is also something that we track. And based on all this, plus let's say complaints not being there, all that, obviously there is a ranking that happens. We don't put it out, we don't publish it in the open, but it does get, there is a rating mechanism in the back. Yes.
Yeah, because your portal goes and allocates the leads based on the PIN code. It asks for the PIN code and it tags it to the advisor.
It's not only PIN code. So if you see the flow of the thing is that first the customer enters his details, then he has to or she has to basically give out their availability, right? Basically that this Saturday I'm available at 3 to 4 p.m. And then also obviously they give their PIN code. So all these things we triangulate and then basically find out the best advisor that is available at that time. So you are optimizing for the customer's time and the advisor's time both, right? To basically ensure like you are not available next 3 days. Then there's no point we showing you, but you are available today after the 4th day you are available the entire day. So that also plays a role. The quality of the advisor and the rating also basically in terms of preference also plays a role, and basically PIN code also plays a role. So where typically we try to see if we can give the same state the same advisor as much as possible. But today obviously we are still expanding, so we don't have enough advisors in enough states right now. But while we are doing it, we try to create that preference.
Understood. Very well said. And then actually just one as you said just right, it is not only PIN code wise. Apart from that, the availability of the end user, the customer, as well as the advisors matters. Very well said. And then actually just in the entire portal, when you're talking about, there is nothing that is being highlighted about retirement, right? So we could we could see so much on protection, right? So just is there any idea to just come out of the retirement oriented, or you would love to just stop with only protection?
No, so we are that way a very lean company, right? And we basically are people who are practitioners who want to go deep, right? And when we basically got into health insurance, we saw that there are too many problems that we can solve in health insurance. Like for example, in the rating side, we actually buy policies as customers. We take the role of the customers and we buy policies from every insurance company and then basically rate the entire experience of purchase and refund. Right, that is one example of how deep we go into researching insurance plans today, and we are a lean company also at the same time. So we have to make a choice, right? So from that perspective, we feel that today, on the this is our understanding, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. There are enough and good number of people who can advise on retirement. But health insurance is a complicated topic, not only for the customer but also for the advisor. Right? So that's why I figured out first that we'll start with health insurance. Like, if God willing, obviously we would like to expand to other products also.
Yeah, we also saw just actually just anyone could go and just compare the products.
Right.
Compare the products and then now that's really just that carries immense benefit to the end user as well as to the advisors, undoubtedly. Again, actually just COP, the Council of Financial Planner, is a group of actually just like-minded registered investment advisors as well as mutual fund distributors. Right? Do you also just work along with registered investment advisors, because most of the RIAs are fee-only advisors?
Absolutely.
Do you also work along with them?
So we work reverse with them. So basically, for mutual fund advisors, we are creating demand. For RIAs, we are creating supply. So for RIAs, basically would give advice, but they want someone to execute their someone who can execute it, right? Specifically in the health insurance side, execution is not just sending a link and making a payment. Execution involves filling the proposal form correctly, giving the right declarations, educating the customer about the policy, and all those things come into picture. So what we do with a lot of RIAs today is that RIAs basically tap into our system to find the right advisor for their customer, and then the advisor executes the transaction for them, and they are assured that we are giving them the right quality, and plus the protocols are being followed. So they are also happy that they basically are the customers that they have are in safe hands, right? Plus we are working on something where we'll give them monitoring also. So they will be able to, after the RIA has basically done the referral to Beshak, and then Beshak advisor is dealing with the entire thing, they will have a dashboard where they can see exactly what the plan has been bought, what kind of sum insurer has been bought, when is the renewal, all that. So that way we are giving RI supply of execution, good execution advisors. A
complete dashboard and other things, so that they could just follow it up later and render the service to the client as well. That's great. So I think we have covered by and large many line items, I guess. And we want to just get into rapid fire round. Maybe just we would like to just have a one-word answer from you wherever possible. Say for retirement planning, insurance or mutual funds?
Okay, I have to answer quickly, right? Okay. Can you ask again? Sorry.
For retirement planning, do you prefer insurance or mutual funds?
I would say mutual funds.
Great. And then actually just what would be your main action plan if you are given an opportunity to become a IRDA chairman?
I would basically solve for the grievance process. I think the enforcement of regulations is not great.
Okay. So what is one main reason for advisors or mutual fund distributors to empanel with Beshak?
I think expansion of their business and basically also learning, because once you get to speak to so many customers, your knowledge increases because you're getting a lot of more practical knowledge about what's going on in the market.
What is the main advantage of doing an insurance review?
So insurance is a very dynamic product, right? Where things are changing every year. Plus the customer's life is also changing. So basically this is a review is a method by which we are aligning the customer's life with what is going on in the insurance world. So
can the periodicity of review be once in a year?
So we typically recommend 2. So one is basically mid-year, right? And the other is
rapid fire. So
okay, sorry.
Yeah, we could take it as maybe just twice a year, you say.
Yeah, I would suggest twice a year, one mid-year and one renewal.
Okay. Is there any goal for which you mean that insurance should never be suggested?
You should never buy a wrong product for the wrong reason. So first to understand the reason why you're buying it and then choose the product.
Otherwise nothing goal specific.
Exactly.
Okay. Really just great. So thank you so much for being part of us. And you have been a wonderful speaker to us. And then I could see I could make out with the way the panel discussion was going on and on for long. And otherwise, it's brilliant interacting with you. And thank you so much.
A pleasure being here.